Flip, we don't give a this much. Please. Like, you are funny. I like what you bring. I like the joke. I like when he just bursts out and starts singing. But I don't give a fuck whether you leave. If you want to, we don't want to hear you continuously talk about leaving and just. I'm so tired of this shit, bro. I
I
want him
said
to
that
hush.
same thing. That whole wanting to be fired routine is
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
insane.
yo,
shut the
It's
fuck
so
up,
yeah,
childish.
please.
I blame Joe for
It's
allowing it to
extremely
yeah. I
immature.
feel like a
continue.
lot of the convo hits a
Um,
standstill when Flip gets in there.
Yeah, but the thing is, I love Flip. I
Yeah,
love
I
what
love
he
his
brings.
energy,
But
but
that's just the part. It's just like, yo, I don't give a fuck.
facts.
And the thing
Yeah,
is,
it be the
like,
part that when they really think you care about it, that's the part that be irking me. Like we really don't care about
But I
it.
if
think we did at a certain point, but now we're over
I
it. Like I
didn't.
think most people,
Yeah.
when it was like, okay, when Flip was up there and he was doing it like getting up and screaming, because remember, he's dialed down quite a bit from the beginning, and so I think a lot of people, I'm one of them. I like the contract talk to a certain point, but then it's just all the
Exactly.
time. It's just like, okay, you are almost leaning in. Oh my God,
It feels like it
Jesus, I'm
gets
saying this on
serious. It
record.
feels like it's a
It's
joke
almost
about
like you're
Philly.
trying to paint a narrative about Joe or lean into narratives about Joe and how he handles people with money. And I think that can be a little corny.
Oh,
You're
he
you're
on the way out
and
them
almost
yo,
Anons.
you're
and
you're
No, he on
you're
the way out them
almost
Anons. He on the
you're
way.
but I'm just saying that's kind of how you I
Yeah,
mean
the
y'all don't agree
pocket
like
watching is
yeah
sarcastic.
I agree with you,
yeah,
but he
like
on the
I don't
way.
mind a pocket watch, and Joe knows I'll be critical, but I gotta stand up in this moment. Like you doing that double and tripling down, like you ain't getting paid. I think that gets corny because you're trying to pocket watch to a deficit to where now you making people think Joe ain't really breaking y'all off. Nothing, not y'all, but him. Like
and it's especially egregious off to the strength of how that relationship, as far as Flip and the JBP, even started. Because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put his business out there. But we know the people who know how that relationship started. So based upon the fact that Joe did what he did in the beginning, and then continue to allow him to go up there, do his antics and all of that, play the heel and all of the other stuff he tried to explain to us on
Y'all,
Spaces,
can
at
I
the
get
end of the day, it's important to understand, like, yo, as far as the viewership, we're not getting the entertainment value that you think we're getting out of it. And it's actually becoming more off-putting than anything else. And we have to do, like, as far as the viewership, like, as far as the content creator side of it, you have to do something different. You have to be able to bring something different, because I believe Flip has the ability to bring all of the funnies, all of the questions, all of the stuff that he brings without all of the antics, without all of the nonsense that actually is off-putting on his brand. He has the ability to do those things. It's just that he doubles down on certain things because I guess it's easier, it's more comfortable, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, when Flip is up there potting, he be doing his thing. He be doing his thing. So at the end of the day, I just feel like he needs to focus on the stuff that actually is helping him versus the things that are more comfortable.
When he bursts out with that time after time singing, yo, he is
singing
hilarious.
always be good. Yeah.
Like,
Um,
all of those are
But then
great
but
moments for Flip.
he also said that he was turning up because it's quarter 4. So I'm like, I don't know if this is just an agreement, like, hey, get into your normal bag, get into your try to make it a money issue bag. I don't know, but I just it's not entertaining.
I asked him on Spaces, like, if he was really serious about the whole rubbing in the face shit comment that he made. He said he was, but he wasn't, basically. So at the end of the day, I feel like that it is a weird little relationship that Flip has with Joe and his, gaining wealth and stuff like that. And I feel like he needs to work that out. But at the end of the day, if he was going to use that angle, there is a way to pocket watch in a funny way. There is a way to, make
The
jokes
last
about.
dudes that pocket
yeah.
watched him aren't there anymore, though.
Oh shit. But now,
Ooh, oh my.
but hold
Sorry.
on. But let me say
hello?
something real quick, because people got to remember though, man. Like, and while I'm kind of overfed with this approach, sometimes Flip be trying to do like it's like a work, kind of like how I know y'all hate the wrestling shit, but it's like a work. It's like a ploy. It's like he's trying to sell it. But I just wish he would kind of revamp how he does it to make it more entertaining, because now it's starting to get really stale. A lot of the fans are seeing it a mile away, including myself, to a point where I damn near kind of tune out during certain parts of that ploy or the works he be trying to put into the
Yo,
pod. You know what
Stab.
I'm saying?
And
Like
that's the
he
thing
need to
with
switch
the
it up a
with
little bit.
When it comes to the heel part of it, that's what I'm talking about. Because to the standards of the WWE, to the standards of the people who actually run these timelines or these storylines and stuff like that, when it comes to wrestling, the wrestling fan is not having the same complaints that we're having. It's not. It's
Well,
not
but
the
if he
same
wanted
thing.
to be a wrestler, why he ain't lose the weight?
Oh my God.
Oh, hey, listen, that's a
No,
whole
I'm being
different.
for real. Like I didn't know the pod was the WWE.
Well, just in terms of folks
Nah,
playing character, like Joe's even said it before, like, hey, we're playing
No,
characters. I don't
I
mean
get
half
that
the
they're
shit I say up
potting,
here and
but I'm
entertaining.
just leaning. I'm saying from what Hotep is saying. Hotep is saying, well, it's potting, it's characterizations, but the leaning heavily into the
Being a heel.
yeah,
like thinking you have to lean into that character. It's like
Yeah,
it's
because
not benefiting him.
it can
And
turn stale.
Stag,
Because even in wrestling,
because he used to be interested in the wrestling
heels have
thing.
turned
So not
heels have turned to
yeah.
faces dozens and dozens of times throughout history. So yeah, if you lean into it too much, it can become really stale, and I feel like that's what's
but
happening
we
here.
had this conversation back in February when me and Flip actually was on Spaces talking on a after, not after, yeah, after hours, where we were just talking. I'm like, yo, dog, this is not the WWE. This is the JBP. This is a different model. And if you're going to infuse your heel, your WWE narratives and storylines, you need to have it actually be able to coalesce with the JBP. And right now, it's not. You being like willingly obtuse in spaces where Flip, we've seen it. We've seen Flip be knowledgeable, have a bunch of wisdom, be able to have full-fledged conversations about things that he's passionate about. We've seen it. So it's not something I'm expecting of him that he doesn't do or produce. He does it. However, it's easier for him. He's been able to, gain the notoriety that he's gotten based upon the antics. And what I'm saying to him now, as somebody who's getting older in the content space, you have to be able to mature your content, and you have the ability to do it. It's a little bit uncomfortable. It's a
Yes.
little bit harder to do, but you have the ability to do it. You don't have to resort to these antics now when you're closing in on 40. You
Right. And
don't.
I feel like internally that is his biggest struggle. He is on record. He said it on many episodes. Hell, he even said it on the latest Improper Improv episode. I don't want to change. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, Flip, as persistent as
Yeah.
persistent as you are, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of part of it. You have to acclimate yourself in different ways. And like Hotel was saying, yes, it's uncomfortable, but that's a part of ascension. That's a part of self-improvement. You have to switch things up sometimes. You have to change. You have to.
And speaking of
I,
improper improv parks, if you're listening, don't ever eat watermelon on camera like that with black.
oh my
Yo,
God.
yo,
The fact that
parks.
Parks won. I was sad about the fact Parks won. I was like, what the fuck? Yo,
That
yo,
shit was
Back Woody, what's up?
Yeah,
nasty.
that
Cancel the
Nah,
shit.
show.
that
Like,
was
it
that
was
was
Just
bad.
not
cancel
a
the
It was
read
show,
of the
bad.
man.
It
room.
was
Cancel the
bad.
Set
show.
us